still so good. It's still so good. And I thought I was prepared again, and I was not.
We literally just talked about how that's still in the open.
I was mentally prepared, but my brain short-circuited again.
Yes, we're not talking DC. I am finally back. No, I'm just kidding.
All right.
DC's been a couple weeks.
Okay. Welcome to Marvel Talk. I am the Empress of OLE, Ophelia Payne, and with me, as always, Andre and Ed. How is it going, you guys?
Doing good. Andre's wrestled out, so that's always a fun thing.
I've
got wrestling
so
on my side screen, so if you see me looking away, it's because I'm watching.
I'm not gonna watch anything wrestling until Saturday when I have to go work. When I have to go ring it out the show. I'm not getting involved with wrestling at all this week. Screw that noise.
So if you see Ed looking off screen, it's not that he's watching wrestling, it's that he's bored of our shenanigans, clearly. So, and we have Astrid. There we go.
Yeah.
The real host. So we are here to talk about Marvel Zombies, which Andre just finished right before we went live. So it's fresh in his mind.
Just like
15 minutes before the show started.
We got a text 15 minutes before the show being like, I'm just about finished the final episode. And I'm like, dude, we go live in 15 minutes.
All right. So I'm going to pass it over to Ed because he knows what's going on. I'm just the face of the show.
Really?
He is not a DC guy.
I am not.
He's not
I'm very much not a DC guy.
No.
I've stolen this from a YouTube streamer, Jeff Hogan, that I adore, that I love his content of. When explaining Batman, he explains it like this. Batman is a rich billionaire who likes to beat up on the mentally challenged, and if you want to root for him, you're allowed to. And the rationale for that is because none of the villains in the Batman universe go to prison. They all go to Arkham Asylum, which is a mental institution.
Now I feel like a horrible person.
So he only beats up on the mentally ill. So it's not a right or wrong, because he's right to do what he's doing, but he's wrong because all of them go to a mental institution as opposed to prison. So it makes him an anti-hero instead of a hero.
As someone who collects Batman merchandise, I feel like a horrible person now.
Again, you're allowed to cheer for him if you want.
Yeah,
I'm just saying.
But the counter to that is Bruce Wayne is also mentally challenged too. He's broken inside. He's mentally
because he's got dual personalities.
Because when he saw his parents die is what broke his brain, and then he focused on killing people from then, or beating up people from then on in life. Yeah. Batman is a jerk. I agree. That's why he's not my favorite DC character.
I agree. He's not my favorite DC.
And it's Green Arrow. Green Arrow is the best DC character.
No, the Flash. The Grant Gustin Flash, more specifically.
Just Green Arrow overall, like comic Green Arrow, Stephen Amell Green Arrow. All Green Arrows are great.
No, not all Green Arrows are great. We still have the DC animated version Green Arrow, which is
It's still good.
Anyway,
let's talk Marvel.
Welcome to Marvel Talk.
Marvel Talk. Captain Atom. I do like me some Captain Atom. But anyways, Marvel Talk. Marvel Zombies more specifically. Overall thoughts on Marvel Zombies, Miss Peggy.
Loved it. Not surprised, but I loved it.
Yeah. Andre?
Started slow and really picked up into being something. By the end, I was like, this is fire. I want more.
I will say this. This is the best version of a fairly straightforward zombie show I've ever seen.
Yep, I agree.
Yep.
Because I think the storyline in and of itself, if you take away all of the superhero aspects to this show, it is very, you get MacGuffin, you take MacGuffin to location to fix the world. That's the whole show. That's basically what it is. Fucking emo. I'm gonna have to talk to lawyers again.
Is that the Haterade?
This is the Haterade logo. Yeah, this is Boss Baby Ed with the
That's
Haterade
hysterical.
bottle.
I'm watching it on. I'm looking at the through StreamYard, so it's like teeny tiny. So
yeah, they're small.
Yeah.
Anyways, like I said, I really enjoyed it. I think it's great, but I also want to reiterate that it was a very straightforward story that really picked up on a lot of the things that Marvel does well.
Mm-hmm.
And most specifically in this is it introduced us to what if characters while seemingly not being the same what if zombies thing that we got. They managed to turn that into this show as well so fantastically that I thought it was great. And again, we'll get to that as we go through. But in the beginning, I was like, there's no way that this is going to be tying into the Thanos thing that we got at the end of Marvel Zombies during the What If Season 1. Mm-hmm. And they did. And not only did they do that, they took 5 minutes at the beginning of one episode and were like, here's how we got here. And I'm like, thank you. They didn't even do it at the beginning. They did it like in the middle. We want to shout out Peggy's co-host from the TNA Watch Along, and also It Takes Two over on Stuart's Twitch channel. Stuart, if you want to drop that in the chat, we will go ahead and put it up for everybody to see.
Yeah, Stuart dropped the link.
Yes, we always like to shout out good friends. He's also on the Substack for the Hive, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, he's not on the Substack, but he does a series for FC. And so it's called I Don't Know Ball, and he's got a few other sports coming out as well. So he does great work over there.
I knew he did things in the Hive, and I know you guys are talking about writing, so I just kind of put it together. Oopsies.
Yeah. That's okay.
He does great things. We really appreciate it.
Oopsie.
So this show starts with giving us 3 of the most lovable, likable people in all of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. It gives us Dominique Thorne as Ironheart. It gives us Mrs. Josh Allen as Kate Beckett, because I'm watching Castle with my mother. We're watching all of Castle, so instinctively I said Kate Beckett. Kate Bishop.
Love that show. Love that show, by the way.
We're not going to get more off track. We got to get back on track.
Just...
And then of course, the greatest Canadian that's ever lived, Aman Vellani, as Miss Marvel. Kamala.
Yeah.
Can we also talk about the sadness that I had in the first 10 minutes of this episode, finding out that all of the Khans are dead?
Yes.
Like, it broke. The fact that I didn't think killing Yusuf Khan would break me the way it did. But
dude, it broke you because he's a Daredevil character now. It broke you because he's a Daredevil.
And Andre's gone for the night. We don't need him anymore.
I was like, what's happening?
Well, I'm being positive. That's why it hurt you so much, because you loved him so much from Daredevil.
I loved him from everything. I didn't mute Andre. I got rid of him.
No, just deleted him. Didn't mute him. Just deleted him.
Look who wants to be back on track. Listen, people keep telling me that I have to stay on track for things.
I mean,
I don't believe.
Our trains are never on the track.
I've never told you to stay on track.
No,
only once
she does.
You ever need to stay on track.
But she does on a weekly basis.
She's not on this show. She's not on this show.
This is my show.
Yes, but I have to deal with her on Tuesday.
My shows are never on track. Have you ever watched AEW Dynamite Watch Along with Jamie and I? Not on track at all.
Watch Along should never reference the wrestling going on screen, just so we're clear. Yeah, wrestling Watch Along should never discuss what show is going on. I used to do watch-alongs with Tom Collihue every now and then on his channel for NXT. And it would literally be turning into, like, literally Ask Ed and Tom random wrestling questions for 2.5 hours as we would watch NXT TakeOver.
Mike!
Trainer companies following
I saw that guy this weekend. The first time I don't know how.
Happy belated birthday to Mike Barrett. He did have a. I need to watch. You should be watching. You should be watching Peggy. You should be watching Get the Tables, and you should be watching Mike the Reft. And you should have all of their simulcasts on one screen and AEW on the other screen. Or better yet, just watch the sidecasts and don't watch AEW. That's an option too. I'm just
kidding. Could do that.
Just kidding. I had to get one joke in about AEW. So we could. But no, AEW is great. We love all of professional wrestling as long as they don't go to Saudi Arabia. All right, back on track.
And for Brett, For Brett, in comics, Fantastic Four. In MCU, I'm picking Avengers.
I'd probably lean the same way.
Or,
I would say I'd probably lean the same way. Although I did really enjoy the Fantastic Four, and
I did too.
Desperately waiting. I'm desperately waiting for that to get off like the 20-day thing where it's
should
like
be soon,
25.
right?
Yeah, well, it's on digital now, but it's still like 24 to rent, 30 to own on Amazon.
Right.
And I'm like, it's one of those things that I might buy on my own. It's just not just part of my Disney Plus.
Mm-hmm. That's fair. Mm-hmm. That is fair.
So is that, but you still watch it. I mean, this is honestly true. STG wouldn't be here if Peggy wasn't on screen. Anyways,
that is true.
Back to Marvel Zombies.
Like you should have heard STG in the chat on Sunday. He was so happy you weren't there.
Me? I was there lurking. I was gonna say
he was happy Ed wasn't there. He was ecstatic. He was
the
like,
TV show Last Emperor.
No, Ed, yeah.
So is this the first one to have a mature rating? I can't remember.
Yes, this is the first time. This is the first time that they've done a TV show with the CBMA rating. Yeah. Technically, Deadpool 3 has the R rating.
Yeah.
Yes.
Deadpool 3 technically has the R rating, so
but not TV like Disney.
But not TVMA. No, I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this was a new thing for them, and let's be honest, the TVMA was not for anything other than blood, guts, gore, all that kind of fun stuff.
Yeah. It said something about warning about children seeing their superheroes turning evil, which I thought was a nice little warning for kids, and about superheroes getting hurt and stuff like that. So it was those little warnings that were in there. That's one of the things I was looking at.
Twitch.
Whichever platform works best for you, Brett. Honestly, whichever platform works best for you, or both. If you can have both,
you can fight with STG on Twitch. You can fight with STG on Twitch. So as they do on Sunday.
But yes, this was fantastic. I really enjoyed this. So we start with the three of them. They are left in New York. They are trying to figure out what the hell to do. They're killing zombies. They're trying to live. We find out that Kate Bishop's mom prepared for the apocalypse with all of her money from Kingpin, which I thought was really cool. I like that little twist because that's something that I could very much see from the way they built up Via Farmiga's character in that show.
Yeah.
They then decide to go on a road trip with the obvious you have to, soup up some kind of a truck or something to go on a long range road trip in a zombie movie. So we have that here with the Uhura, which is, I'm going to assume, a Star Trek reference.
Yes.
For Captain Uhura.
It is a Star Trek reference.
Uhura.
Well, I wasn't sure if there was something else that I was missing.
I mean, they even reference about number one, right? Like, yeah.
To Brian, fast zombies, because they're going to catch you.
Yeah, it was slow zombies. It was definitely scarier.
They're both but faster, scarier.
Let's talk about the battle in the first episode that I didn't realize who this was until I watched the credits. This is a battle between zombie Captain Marvel and honestly who I thought was Thor until I got to the credits. And it was actually Icarus from the Eternals. And I did not put that together in any way, shape, or form that this was Icarus.
Dude, I didn't watch the credits. I still had I just learned who the guy was.
It's the same thing. I was like, is this Thor? I'm like, this isn't Thor. And then I had to go through the process in my head as I'm watching it of who is it if it's not Thor? And then I got to Icarus before I got to the credits, at least. So I was like, because when your brain is just tick, 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 tick the whole time.
I literally just learned it was Icarus. I'm like, who the fuck is this guy? I didn't think he was Thor, but I'm just like, I'm very much missing who this is. And then as soon as the credits hit, it skipped to the next episode because I skipped it. I ended because I had to go do something.
You watched it today.
Well, no, I watched episode 1 like 4 days ago. Like I watched it like really early, and then I watched the rest.
It's on Disney, Brett. It's on Disney.
Yeah, indeed, it is Disney Plus, and it is fantastic. Honestly, and now that Disney has brought back Jimmy, we could plug it again because I wasn't gonna plug where to find this show if Jimmy Kimmel hadn't been brought back. But yeah, Disney Plus is where you can go ahead and find this. Is honestly, it's where everything Marvel based is now. Up with the exception of the Fantastic Four movie, everything Marvel's cinematic universe.
It'll be there. It'll be there soon enough.
It'll be there by the end of the year. Fantastic Four. I believe it's November that it comes.
Probably.
I do want to go through. I know I almost skipped this. We do need to go through a couple of the fun voices here. So, Aman Vellani, we had her obviously. Dominique Thorne came back to reprise her role. We again said Mrs. Josh Allen, otherwise known as Haley
Steinfeld.
Steinfeld,
yeah.
Going ahead and doing Kate Bishop. We then had my favorite character of this entire show. It's why he's on the thumbnail. Todd Williams came in to voice not Blade, but the coolest ever version of Blade that I even bet Andre would watch this Moon Knight show.
I would watch this show.
Let's sit here for a few moments. We're going to let Andre go first, and then Peggy, because Peggy seems very excited too. Let's talk about Todd Williams and Blade Knight.
Okay, I've only got, I'll be very quick. I never want to see Moon Knight again. All I want is Blade Knight from his Simple as that. Just give me more Blade Knight. I don't need Moon Knight. Give me Blade Knight because this dude was the shit. And if they're not going to do the movie with Mahershala Ali, I looked at Todd Williams. I thought we disappeared for a minute. I was like, what the fuck's going on? I looked at it like Todd Williams. I'm like, yeah, he needs to be the actual live action Blade. He would do perfect as a live action Blade.
Excellent. Yeah. When you look at him, absolutely. Blade Knight, in order for me to connect with the youth, was complete aura farming the whole time. Like that man, every second you saw him, he was just like pure everything. Like he was just so good.
I have no idea what you just said. Astral, hopefully.
I want more Blade Knight. Blade Knight, Bobby. Blade Knight.
Yes.
For those that don't know, this is Todd Williams.
Yeah.
Part of the Vampire Diaries.
Yes.
Again, I literally just pulled up a good photo.
Love that show.
But every time you look at him, if you think of anything, like you may not know aura farming, but if you look at him, Blade Knight is just like the coolest. He's like the best character. And every time you look at him, he's just doing something that you're like, yep, absolutely. Yeah. I want to be friends with this man. Yeah.
Yeah. I loved the idea that in a zombie apocalypse, we got rid of Mark Spector and we brought on Blade. Because Marvel is trying everything they can to bring on versions of Blade. And I think having a different version, like this specific version, with having Khonshu having an actual purpose to be like, you're here to get her from point A to point B.
Yep.
And I'm going to help you get there. I'm like, that was sensational. I loved every bit of it.
If we don't at least get a version of Todd Williams playing Blade Knight, even as an alternate universe character in either Doomsday or the Secret Wars, if we don't get him in there as Blade Knight, Marvel has failed, in my opinion. Because this is the version. Like, you don't have to have a movie. I don't care. Just have him just cameo as Blade Knight for like a minute in one of these movies as part of this giant multiversal fight. I need to see Todd Williams as Blade Knight in reality.
A lot of the other people who came back to do roles in these episodes were also people who originally voiced the roles. Simu Liu came back as Shang-Chi. Awkwafina is back as Katie Chen.
Yeah, even more.
David Harbour is back as Red Guardian. Paul Rudd is back as Scott Lang. Randall Park is back as Jimmy Woo. We had Florence Pugh back as Elena Belova for far less than I wanted. And then we had Hudson Thames returning as the epitome of Spider-Man. Anything you've seen Spider-Man animated in the MCU has always been Hudson Thames. So to me, I say that is a return.
And have we mentioned the big bad?
We have not mentioned the big one. I was going to say we have
Elizabeth returned,
fulfilling the fantasy that she said, where she filmed something for Marvel, and we all thought, "Oh, Scarlet Witch is back." Nope, it was this. She she did work for Marvel Zombies.
Did you see her interview yesterday? Or
I have
the day
not.
before? She had this quote, and it said that she has no idea what Marvel Zombies is about because she had recorded it so long ago, and she didn't see any of the rest of it, and she didn't even know it had been released. So I was like, "That's fantastic."
I don't blame her. Just know that Edge has just left AEW to go and film season 3 of Percy Jackson, and season 2 hasn't come out yet, or is just about to come out. They dropped.
They're about to start. They're about to start filming. They're about to start filming season 3 of Daredevil, Percy. And we have, and we're not. I know I'm saying, but they just announced that we're getting season 3 of Daredevil, and shooting for that will begin in the next few weeks, and that won't even come out until next year.
So I don't blame her for not knowing it came out, because these people are filming shit 2-3 years in advance for production now. It's crazy.
Yeah, and remember, the funny thing is, this is the slowed down production schedule.
Yeah, nuts. No.
But this is why
on top of Doomsday filming, and then we're gonna get Secret Wars filming after that. Like, that's insane stuff there.
Yeah. Not to mention, we got Brand New Day still filming now that Tom Holland is recovering from his concussion. So, or at least that's the rumor.
Protect Tom Holland at all costs.
I mean, we can get rid of Tom Holland. It's okay.
Can we get rid of
Tom Holland? Tom Holland is this world. Tom Holland is this world's anchor being. He is this world's anchor being.
Yeah.
We can have Miles Morales. It's fine. We can get rid of Peter Parker and just have Miles Morales.
Tom Holland.
What even is this show?
Is this world's anchor being. It's us having fun.
This has become, let's just talk about Marvel stuff and not talk about
it's like basically a wrestling watch-along.
Which is fine, but for people who watch this later and are like, I want the full review of Marvel Zombies,
be like, let us timestamp it in the description. Be like, if you actually want to talk about Marvel Zombies, click here to start.
I mean, we can do that, but I'll have to figure out where I'll have to mark it down somewhere, because that's normally Astrid's job for Bobby on Tuesdays.
All right.
Why would we want to have both? We want one. We want to kill one and keep one. We don't need to have both.
What is this? The Highlander? You can only have one? What is this?
No, Highlander's having 2. Didn't you hear Drew McIntyre is going to be in Highlander?
His brother. It's not the thing.
It's the same thing.
But he did do a tweet where it said the part that I was born to play with the Troy McClure thing from The Simpsons, and I was like, that's fantastic.
Speaking of The Simpsons, we're getting Simpsons 2. And did you see the funny thing that they apparently put in the front of the movie saying, I don't want to wait another 20? Yes, they announced it today that it's coming out.
20 years after the first one. It's coming out in 2027.
4 days, because the release date of the first one, the Bart writing on the board was, I don't want to wait 20 years for another movie. And they're putting it out 4 days ahead of time because it's the joke.
That is funny.
Very funny. Yes, so that is very fun and indeed. Rhett Martinez asks, The Thing or Hulk? Hulk. Hulk's by far more entertaining.
Ben.
Yes. Just yes.
Well, I mean, I guess it really breaks down to, if we're talking about The Thing, are we talking about Michael Chiklis' thing? Are we talking about whatever weird thing Josh Trank did in the one that we don't discuss? Or are we talking about the new thing?
Bobby.
Because I mean, I enjoyed Michael. To be honest, I really enjoyed the Michael Chiklis thing.
Chiklis.
I thought he was really good as the
Chiklis in a rubber suit, man. Yeah.
That sounds like a kink, but I'm just gonna move on from that.
I mean, I shouldn't be watching everything Andre.
And I broke Andre.
All right, so Bobby, you can make a note of this. 25 minutes into the show, we're talking about episode 1 of Marvel Zombies again.
Andre's so broken.
He is still broken. And of course, I went to my wonderful Rotten Tomatoes to get the thing of like what happened in every episode because I haven't watched it in 3 days. And their thing is lone survivors, check the world. And I'm like, shit. That means nobody bothered to write an actual like in-depth review of these. So our 3 girls find a Quinjet with a piece of tech that is going to help save the world. So they go ahead and they start going on a mission, but in getting caught in the zombies versus.
Excuse me for a minute, guys. I'll be back.
That's fine. No worries. So getting caught in the fight between Zombie Icarus and Zombie Captain Marvel, we have the 3 girls as they're traveling to Ohio to the North Institute, which I thought was fun because we're going to talk about the Thunderbolts later. And I'm like, that's the same place that the Thunderbolts. And I'm like, I love this little pieces.
So many Easter eggs. So many
little things that we've never talked about that they were like, we can do this. It's great. Both Kate Bishop and Dominique Thorne, Ironheart, seemingly perish in this battle as Friday, who has a stuffed animal,
like a teddy bear head,
which is just chef's kiss.
Excellent. Like, really good. Yeah.
I was very confused in the beginning when I saw the teddy bear Iron Man suit. I'm like, this is a comics reference I don't get. And then I realized it was just Friday and they were just doing fun. And I'm like, okay,
because we have to talk about how, they got the suit from basically from the leaping off point from What If, right? Because we lost the zombie Tony Stark in that episode. So clearly that's where the suit came from.
Oh, absolutely. They even make the joke that she went ahead and raided Stark.
Yes.
And that's where they got the suit and they got a lot of tech.
And anybody who's in here that hasn't watched it yet, I would recommend that you go back and watch the What If episode for zombies to lead into this. It's like 30 minutes, the same as these episodes. And it'll definitely help round out your story because there was a lot of things I thought I was missing. So I went back and watched the episode today and it was really helpful.
Yeah. And then they do a pretty decent job in episode 3, I believe, if I remember correctly.
Of rounding it all back.
And giving a nice little quick, hey, what about this? But no, I would agree. It's season 1, episode 5, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, that is correct. Yeah.
From
like 5 years ago or 4 years ago too. So it's like
from the very beginning of the it was the first animated thing they did. And it was
2021. It was like forever ago now.
This is where Iman Vellani gets carried off by Friday. She runs into Blade Knight. We've talked about Blade Knight, how we all love Blade Knight. We need more Blade Knight. And her and Blade start going on a journey to the North Institute.
Yes.
When we get to the North Institute, episode 1 pretty much ends as we run into the Thunderbolts. Well, a version of the Thunderbolts. We run into Elena Belova, we run into Red Guardian, and we run into what was her name? Melina.
Yes.
Rostrova, I believe it is. I can't remember what her Russian last name is.
Sure, let's just roll with it.
Melina. Either way, it was Melina. And if you're confusing it, just pretend it's the lady from Mortal Kombat. It's fine. It's all the same. It's the evil lady who was torturing the poor pigs. That's all you need to know.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
Yeah. And then that's pretty much, if I remember correctly, that's the end of... Do we have the fight at the North Institute in episode 1, or does that start episode 2? I can't remember.
It all runs together. It's been a couple days since I've watched it as well.
Yeah, I was gonna say same thing with me.
And I did it all at once. Like I sat down and watched all 4 back to back, so it's kind of like a little bit blurry what was in which episode.
As we move through, we'll just continue with it. As we move through, we get into... I like how it's segmented into like little groups. So like we have the 3 girls in episode 1, and then we kind of have like the Red Guardian arc in episode 2. Then we have the Spider-Man arc in episode 3. And then we have the finale where everything all meets together. And all of it all meets together anyways. But
so episode 2 starts with 5 years prior to where we picked up episode 1, correct? Yes.
Yes. Okay. I think all of the other episodes pick up with them talking to us about what's going on everywhere.
Yeah.
we find out that the North Institute is full of the widows that were safe in the Widow program at the end of the Black Widow movie, which was a cool touch. And Melina is now using that mind control with the widows, but instead of using them as using that mind control against the widows, she's now using that mind control on the zombies because they have less of a mind, so they're easier to control. Which was just a banger line. Like, she's like, the zombies have less brain cells. It's easier to control them. We just do this.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I like you, but I also still hate you because you tortured poor pigs. And you, like, I will never forgive this lady for almost killing that pig.
Yep.
Like, she is dead to me. Just dead to me. Like, I will never like your character. I will have fond feelings every now and then, but I'll never forget what you almost did to that poor pig. We then get a battle between the scions of the undead queen, the Scarlet Witch. Mm-hmm. And this is Okoye, who is now leading these from the battle we had at the end of the What If episode, where she was left there and captured. And she goes ahead and she has a motley crew of people, including Ghost, half of the body, the top half of the body of Captain America from
which I had to remind myself as to how that happened as well. So,
and it was Bucky throwing the shield and cutting him in half. It was sensational. And they even do a fastball special, which is great considering we just had Deadpool and Wolverine. Wolverine being part of the fastball special with Colossus, where they throw the half Captain America body into the North Institute, and he starts crawling around the thing. And then there's a great Red Guardian one where Red Guardian's like, the captain is in the vents. Oh, I see you, Captain. I'm just like, oh my God, we need at some point in this new movie coming out, the Doomsday movie, we need a moment where we see David Harbour face to face with a non-Captain America version of Steve Rogers. Like some kind of version, because we all know Chris Evans has apparently been filming scenes for Doomsday. We don't know why or how or what character he's going to be.
Captain Hydra. I'm guessing.
That's the rumor, but we could get another Johnny Storm again. I don't think they'll do that again, but we could.
You can't do that joke again. Maybe he's doing his character. Maybe he's doing his character from The Losers. Maybe it's his character from The Losers.
You could also do the character from Free Guy when he played himself, and they pull out the Captain America shield. And he goes, "What the shit?" as he's watching on his phone. By the way, if y'all haven't seen Free Guy, you need to watch that.
Very funny.
Perfect movie. Great movie.
Mike the Ref, are you asking if most people are dead as in are they zombies or dead? Like, yes.
I mean, the answer is yes. There's only a handful of living people in the show.
Yeah.
But that's the whole thing with all zombie shows. And that's why I love it. Like the fact that they know how to use their powers. And then the Thanos thing that we'll get to in episode 3 and 4, like that was part of the appeal for me, is how they portrayed the undead zombie superheroes in this show. I thought it was really interesting and special, because we've never really tackled zombies with superpowers.
And how they continuously have their powers still, and they can adapt and grow their powers and still learn and, make refinements, I guess. So they're like sentient, even though I wish more of the zombies talked in this, because when they did the trailer, they indicated that the zombies would be talking, but there was only, I think, 2 that actually talked in the whole series. But it was still kind of cool.
Okoye and Scarlet Witch?
Yeah, because Namor didn't.
Namor doesn't talk.
No, but yeah, so just the 2 then, I think.
No, but that was a banger though. Namor popping out.
Dude.
Ironically, I saw it coming,
I love that
and then
so
forgot that it was coming.
Yeah.
We continue. We leave the North Institute with a ragtag group of Yelena, Red Guardian, Miss Marvel, Blade Knight, I believe that's the whole group that leaves the North Institute because Melina doesn't make it out of the North Institute. She sacrifices herself. We've already lost Kate Bishop. We've already lost Ironheart.
Mm-hmm.
So that's our crew. And
Jimmy
then we
Woo?
get not yet
no,
because Jimmy Woo's part. He's with Shang-Chi.
Yeah, Jimmy's with Shang-Chi's crew.
Which is where we go next, which is we go to the Shang-Chi group, which is just the most fun of everything.
Yeah.
Because
have so good.
We have Shang-Chi, we have Awkwafina, which is just Katie and Shang-Chi. It reminds me how much I miss these two.
I forgot how good their chemistry was. I just absolutely forgot how good they were together. Yeah.
I love Awkwafina. Like, I understand a lot of people get annoyed by her now, but I will watch anything this chick is in. I will watch. She is, to me, insanely funny. And when I heard her voice pop up in like the flashback scene at the start of this episode, I'm like, yes, she's back. And then when Shang-Chi's there, I'm like, yes, they're both back. I'm so happy right now. Oh, I love these two together, man. I love these two.
That whole scene, with him and his dad, and like it was so much going on in that, and I was just like, I don't know if I was as emotionally invested in anything else until that point, and I was just like, okay. Like it's just like
This is the episode where I felt episode 1 was very slow for me, and this is where the show started ramping up for me. It was here in episode 2.
Mm-hmm.
And in this, we have a great scene, as Peggy was just alluding to, where they've kind of defeated everything, and then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, Shang-Chi gets bit. And his dad gives up the 10 rings and sacrifices himself to send the 10 rings to, and they lock off the arm so the infection doesn't spread beyond his arm. And I'm just like, it was so good. And again, they did in 5-10 minutes with this what took them the entirety of the Shang-Chi movie. But we didn't need all the extra in this because we kind of already had all the world building in Shang-Chi. So just to see him again sacrifice himself was just kind of great. We also see the Death Dealer again. Never revealed to be his sister in this, which I think is interesting. Because we now have 3 different versions of Shang-Chi's sister. Yeah. We have the one from the movie. We have the one from the What If Season 3 episodes where she becomes the Red Hood. Yeah. And then we have, I'm assuming, still his sister here as Death Dealer, who's living with Jimmy Woo as his, like, I don't know if they're friends, if they're lovers. I've shipped them, so if they're not together romantically, that's just on me.
That is on you.
I put them together like instantly the way that they keep talking to each other. Like,
well, the way he keeps talking to her, because she's not talking, she's just making eyes like.
I loved the relationship between Death Dealer and Jimmy Woo in this. I'm sorry.
I love those two together.
The bunk beds
so good.
Yeah.
He's like I know you really want the top one, but and then she just throws it on the bottom bunk and it goes in, and he's like, it's so good. It's so good.
And again, we keep saying she. At no point do they reveal to us whether or not Death Dealer is still his sister, like they are. We're going to assume
the other version. Yeah,
it was an assumption.
It's the character from the Shang-Chi movie who was in All in Blue, right? That was the assassin.
No, it's his sister.
It looks like to me.
Oh, it's his sister. This is Death.
I thought it was the blue dude from the Shang-Chi movie. The dude was all in blue with the white face paint. That's who I thought it was.
Well, the face paint, yes, but the face paint was his sister. His sister was Death Dealer. I'm almost certain of it.
I was assuming that as well.
No, Death Dealer is.
Did I get that wrong?
The Death Dealer is Shang-Chi's father's blue costumed assassin.
It was Death Dealer. I'm looking it right up on the Marvel Zombies page.
I was going to say I was almost certain his sister was Death Dealer in the movie. No, because she kept chasing him.
The blue dude is Death Dealer. The blue dude with the white face paint is Death Dealer. That's what this character was, wasn't it?
Well, yes, it's the same character, the one with the face paint. But I'm almost positive in the movie that Death Dealer was his sister.
No, because she literally fights Death Dealer. They fight Death Dealer together in the building. in the
now
I'm
confused too.
Now I'm confused too. I
think
think
that's the blue assassin.
Someone in the chat help us.
I think Andre's right now. I think Andre's right. Anyways, we're going to move on from Death Dealer because Death Dealer was great. The deadpan of Death Dealer with Jimmy Woo doing his magic.
Death Dealer. That's Death Dealer.
Yeah. I was under for some reason I put Death Dealer as his sister all in the same
I think I did too.
Me and Peggy have done the same fucking thing.
We clearly share a brain, and it's fine.
I was so confused. I'm like, shipping them together. What the fuck? Like, okay.
I feel bad for Peggy though. If we have to share a brain, I feel bad for Peggy then.
That's okay.
I hope you're still shipping them though. I hope you're still.
I mean, we can still ship them.
I mean, I'm still shipping the characters, even if it's not his sister. I'm still shipping it because that relationship was outstanding.
Perfection. Yeah, it was.
We get more of the Mad Max thing that we got in Deadpool and Wolverine, but this time with this crew, which is great because we get the karaoke moment of them singing karaoke in the zombie apocalypse. Yes, they were doing Journey this time. It was not the Eagles, it was Journey. This was great. They have a nice little car battle scene, which was really fun and interesting.
And the cows.
Oh, the cows. Oh,
welcome back, Brett.
Yes,
welcome back to Brett.
Yeah. Oh God, Peggy, let's talk about getting to where they were headed, which was the water. I believe it was New Orleans they were headed to.
Yes, it's New Orleans. Yes.
And tell us about the cows, and more importantly, who they encounter to trade the cows to.
Now you're gonna put me on the spot because I'm just having a moment and I don't remember names.
Oh, Zemo and
because now we're sharing a brain now. Remember,
I've lost Zemo and John Walker, right?
John Walker and Zemo, yes.
Yeah.
By the way, I loved the Zemo. The Zemo isn't. This Zemo was so interesting, and I wish it was the Zemo from the movies. But I love how we got this funny version of Zemo, who's a whole lot more like
the classic Zemo.
Yeah, he's a little bit more of an asshole, like the classic Zemo from the comics.
I think my favorite line from this section was when they were bartering and they were like, "We have cows, you know what I mean? We can, this and that, and not who doesn't like cows and beef, or who doesn't like steak?" And someone just leans over and goes, "Vegans," and he's like,
"Yeah,
okay,
that was the girl. She's just like vegan. Oh, that was so good.
Yeah,
yeah, you're right.
But I like that you have beef. Welcome aboard, kind of thing. And I was like, okay, yeah.
Because they're all going in the raft, and they're going to go on the water where the zombies can't get them.
And what was it called? The city on the
floating
sea?
City. The city on the sea. The floating city.
Yeah.
But the best part was the two teams facing off, and then because then that was it. Red Guardian yelling about his arm, zombie, and everybody sets up the
knives
fight.
Out. Yeah.
It was so good. It was so good.
And I love how Zemo keeps his I hate superheroes thing going with this. Where he's like, heroes, we don't need you. If you're going to keep doing the hero thing, we're not taking either of you. We'll take your cows, or we're not taking you. And he makes them all agree that they're not going to be heroes. Which I should have known was doing it for a setup, but I didn't. I didn't put it together right then and there.
I didn't think so, yeah.
That it was going to come. I knew it was going to come eventually. I didn't think it was going to come so quickly.
Yeah.
And then, so they're all on the floating city on the sea, which is, again, the raft, because the raft is that big as a prison, that it could literally be a floating city. It lives under the water.
With unlimited food, which Red Guardian takes liberations with.
Yeah.
Well, they just got all those cows. They just got all the cows. They just got all the cows. So there's lots of meat.
And also, Zemo's saying there's unlimited food because he's, as we find out in this episode, he's not planning on having any people here for very long.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, true.
Because he's going to sacrifice everybody to the underwater gods, which is zombie Namor.
which was excellent. It was really good. I wasn't expecting it at first. I saw the zombies under the water and I was like, what is happening? Is this because my brain went Aquaman and I'm like, that's not right. Hold on. And then I was just like, it's Namor. It's Namor, isn't it? It's Namor. And I just like bouncing around waiting for him to show him because that's why it had to be leaving from New Orleans, right? So you go through the Gulf and stuff like that versus coming down if they were left anywhere on the Eastern Seaboard. So yeah, I thought it was very well done. So I was really excited to see him.
Yeah, I thought this was really well. And again, all of this is really well done. Again, the storytelling is really basic. There's nothing, they don't do a lot of fancy stuff here. The entire story here so far to this point is Iman Vellani has a technology that can save the world. So everybody's taking her so that she can try to save the world. And we're all just trying to do it together.
Yeah.
Which is really fun and interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, simple and easy.
Keep it simple, stupid. KISS. It's that simple. Storytelling should always be with the rule of KISS in play. Keep it simple, stupid. So many shows get it out of whack because they have to do wild and crazy. And like we're talking about, there are fun,
Marvel things. Like Marvel talk.
No.
Let's keep it
this
simple.
This is only simple because 2 of the 3 of us are simple-minded.
No. I'm saying it's not simple. I'm saying we make it too complicated.
Well, we only make it too complicated because I don't bother to write anything down for this show like I do.
I have to make sure I write notes for DC Talk then.
Yes. We've been doing Marvel Talks for 2.5 years. Have you not noticed that I never have notes for this?
I can't see what your setup, so I don't know if you have.
I just assume you have something on another screen, and it's probably like Wikipedia.
No. Here, I'll even show you what's on my. When I have notes, it's literally the fact that, like, I'll show you. This is what I pull up, and again, yes, I've ruined the game. But like, I'll pull up like for Daredevil, I did like, let's pull up the episode archive. This is the epitome of the episode archive for this. Lone survivors face an unforgiving world of horror.
Yeah, nobody filled that in properly.
No, because if you search Daredevil, Marvel's Daredevil. No, I want this one. Born Again. This is the one I need. If we go to seasons and we go to episodes, this has like a huge section on each episode where it like tells me what happened. Where did it go? Are you gonna really put me wrong now? Okay. Episode info. But yeah, they used to have like big long friggin' like things about what the episodes were. Mm-hmm. But anyways, those were my notes for Daredevil when I actually had notes. It was like reading off of things like that because Ed doesn't take notes when it comes to Marvel for some stupid reason.
It's Marvel.
It's just mostly Ed's lazy. Ed wouldn't take wrestling notes if he didn't think he'd forget everything.
You should see my notes from freaking last night when I was at top. Holy crap, I took a lot of notes.
Look at the Keener here flexing.
Too much. I take too many notes. That's the problem.
Anyways, moving back on track as we're having another railway mishap over here. So the floating city gets attacked by Namor, and this is where we lose yet another of our wonderful heroes.
So many. We
lose Yelena Belova. Yelena Belova goes down with the ship. Red Guardian is very sad. Again, another heartfelt, like tear-jerking moment. Mm-hmm. And I love how David Harbour gets both all of the great funny lines and also almost all of the like really emotional shit too.
Yes. That was a lot. Yeah. The whole like big moment and yeah, the chat
he has with Kamala Khan after the death of Yelena may be one of the greatest things I've seen in all of these shows.
Yeah, and the whole smile, remember me through the smiles, and I was like, oh, it's a lot.
But they use the one and only escape pod to escape as Namor takes down the city on the sea. And this ends up getting to what their destination was with the city on the sea. Once the heroes got in charge of it, which is they're going to New Asgard.
Yeah.
And we get to New Asgard and we have zombies on pikes, and he's like, oh, they've put the dead out. and then they tap it like, is it dead? And they like hit it, and all of a sudden it starts growling. She's like, ah! Just so much fun. I love this. And then we get the coolest interaction, which is this whole group where Blade Knight is basically standing back doing nothing. And Valkyrie. And they keep trying to get Valkyrie to let them in. And she's like, no, gods only, go away.
Yeah.
Well, dude, you've already jumped in episode 3, dude. You're already jumping into episode 3.
This is episode 3, yeah.
Well, I was saying, was there anything else from episode 2 we needed to talk about?
No, but then there's all the flashbacks at the beginning of episode 3 that you skipped.
Oh, is this where we get the Spider-Man flashback 5 years later?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I thought that was the beginning of episode 4 for some reason. I don't know.
That's the beginning of episode 3.
Like I said, Andre, the two of us haven't watched this in like 3 days. We didn't get to watch it today.
I'm sorry. I'm a procrastinator. I apologize.
You're just trying to make us look bad, Andre. I see how it is. It's fun. It's fun.
I'm keeping us on track, you know?
Right. Andre's keeping us on track. I just love the look of disappointment on Peggy's face when Andre says that. She's just like, really?
I'm like, he actually thinks that. I love that for you, Andre. I love that for you.
I don't want to keep things on track. Not fun. Not fun.
All right.
Andre's the fun police. I'm just going to say it.
Since Andre's the fun police, Andre, why don't you go ahead and tell us about the flashbacks to What If Season 1, Episode 5 that we get from Spider-Man?
Oh yeah, so they escape from the end of What If, and so they go heading to Wakanda, but Thanos is there, and he's got 5 of the 6 gems because they're still rocking with Mind Stone, and they start fighting him. He's kicking their ass, but Thor is there. God loves Thor showing up with him and with Groot and Rocket, and we lose Groot and Rocket immediately.
I know. What was that about?
They did not want to pay for Vin Diesel. They did not want to pay for Bradley Cooper. They were just like, fuck this shit. We're killing him. Well, think about it. They couldn't kill Bradley Cooper in anything else they've done in Marvel. So like, screw it. We're going to kill him here.
I was a bit surprised at how fast we saw them and then they were gone. Like there was no.
You're right. Millennial Noob. It was zombie Thanos. Sorry. So I apologize.
Yes.
And this was great. I love how they tied this in. This made a lot of sense. And this is where me and Peggy were talking earlier about the intelligence of the zombies and the superhero zombies, is that we get a scene where Spider-Man's talking about Black Panther and how he tried to defeat Thanos by himself. And like with the team, but also by himself. And how Thanos started learning how to use the Infinity Stones as he went. And I'm like, that was such a cool idea for it. Because everything we've seen so far is all of these zombies understanding how to use their powers. Hawkeye being able to shoot his arrows. Captain America still being Captain America. Doctor Strange was using magic in the What If episode. Iron Man knew how to use the suit in the episode. So seeing the Thanos version of this zombie, learning how to adapt to the Infinity Stones in this was sensational. And I just loved the fact that they were able to seamlessly, with having seemingly not mentioned the What If stuff that we've seen from years past, in 5 minutes, 10 minutes, they told us an entire story that made everything we've watched so far and everything from the What If episode all tied together with no issues.
Yeah, it was perfect. And again, I love that they framed it in that it's Spider-Man and Ant-Man telling the story to the people at Kamar-Taj too. I love that's how they framed it, is that they're just telling a story to the people at Kamar-Taj. I was like, yeah, and that's actually a really good idea.
Yeah, Marvel Zombies TV was indeed writing people off left and right, just like they were TNA writing off their wrestlers every now and then. Because no promotion writes off their wrestlers like TNA does, because they kill people.
Well, they killed Mickie James, and she miraculously came back to life a few years later.
So did Eric Young, by the way. Let's not forget Eric Young died too.
That's true. They have a magic resurrection stone in TNA, I guess.
I mean, the only other one is Lucha Underground. I guess it's the only other one that you could talk. By the way, if y'all haven't seen Lucha Underground, you need to You can skip all the. There's a specific individual that I don't have to name that we all know as soon as you see him. You can just skip everything that involves him in season 2.
Yeah.
We all know who he is, and we're not going to talk about him. But he's unfortunately a large part of season 2.
Andre's face.
But there's so much good stuff from Lucha Underground. If you haven't watched it, you need to watch it. Oh, no, I love TNA. Don't get me wrong.
I was at TNA Friday and Saturday, bud. I love TNA.
I'm currently doing Street Team for TNA here in Lowell so that I can go for Bound for Glory.
Javon Evans versus Leon Slater.
TNA just wrote off everybody from Canada. Remember Karate Man destroys Ethan Page? Yes, Karate Man. Lucha Underground was fantastic.
There was some terrible stuff on it, but there was
there's a lot of terrible stuff on it. But the fact that was a wrestling promotion done like a Quentin Tarantino movie was sensational.
All right, who was back on track?
Who was it? No, it was somebody like Quentin Tarantino that did the storyline for that movie. I can't remember who it was. It's not Cesar Duran. It's the Robert Rodriguez. I'm almost certain it's Robert Rodriguez, the filmmaker, who helped them with that to give them that feel. I have a bone to pick. I mean, I do too, but I mean, Kill Shot was really great. The rebirth of Johnny Mundo, Johnny Everything.
No, that's the worst part of Lucha Underground, that it gives us more Johnny.
Season 1? Season 1 was great.
You don't need Johnny.
You need Johnny Everything. Please. Johnny Everything is great. No. Anyways, this is not a Lucha Underground show.
No.
Maybe it is now.
All right, so we're just going to do this one last Lucha Underground thing. They were in Spanish language when they popped up. They flipped to English language. So this is what it was. This was intended to be on the Spanish language stations. It was never intended to be a show for the English-speaking audience. It was televised on El Rey Network here in the States, but I only ever watched this in Spanish. So I had to have subtitles on to understand the translations for this. No, Ed can't speak English either. Sure as hell can't speak Spanish. That's what
He speaks English. He speaks English.
I do speak English very well. Anyways, can't wait for Johnny Marvel. Yes, Johnny Marvel. I'm sure there's a role for Johnny Everything in Marvel.
All right, back to zombies.
Back to Marvel Zombies. So we've recapped everything for the last 5 years. They're at Camartage. Camartage goes to who else got it?
We don't get Camartage. The Camartage stuff is until episode 4 now, but yeah, we just get that little flashback, and then we go back to Asgard, where you were at. Yeah.
Yes, we go back to Asgard. This is where Thor is the king of Asgard. He's sitting on the throne, but he's all sad and emo and dark.
I got to give it to Valkyrie. When Valkyrie is not letting them in, and then Khonshu comes out, and she's talking to literally nothing because nobody else can see Khonshu except for Blade Knight and Valkyrie. Yeah. That was perfect.
And everyone's looking at each other and like, who's she talking to? Like, do you see anybody? I don't see anybody.
It's so good.
More Red Guardian greatness. Mm-hmm. It was more Red Guardian greatness. And Shang-Chi but again, at this point you have David Harbour, Simu Liu, Aquafina, and Aman Vellani all in a scene together talking to each other and all getting to pull out comedy. Like that was sensational. Like having the 4 of them there just to be able to do, and I guarantee you there's nothing on that. That script is literally ad lib about there not being anybody here, just letting the 4 of them go off in the movie.
Yeah, that's exactly what it felt like.
That's exactly what happened.
I think the writing in general of this was really well done. It felt a lot more natural than some of the shows that you get from Marvel, where it feels very, very scripted. This felt a lot more like actual dialogue between some of the characters, like most of the characters. It actually felt like real conversations, which I really liked.
Yeah, and of course we have to shout out the writing team of Zeb Wells. Apparently, he's writer, executive producer Brian Andrews, and of course all of this underseen by Brad Winterbaum. who is either great or terrible, depending on which person on Twitter you follow. Because if you follow the Crazy Man on Twitter, and we all know who the Crazy Man is, and I still follow him on Twitter for the sole fact is I need to see the crap he's saying because X-Men 97 is coming out, and while he seems to be terrible, there's a whole bunch of crazy that he keeps spilling about Marvel, and I don't know if it's true or not, but I'm very interested in all the crazy crap he spills. And again, he's terrible if all of the allegations are true, but just because terrible people exist doesn't mean that they don't also always sometimes tell the truth about other things going on in your organization. But we'll leave that there. So we get to...
Speaking of X-Men 97, sorry, I need to knock this off the road. I met Larry Houston at the Comic Expo like 2 weeks ago. Fucking dope as fuck. Super chill, dude. He was a storyboard artist, and he's a current story editor for X-Men 97. And he was showing us stuff. Nice. And it's great. Super cool.
So you got to see some.
I figured that's part of Marvel. Yeah, he didn't show us anything. No,
Season 2,
he didn't show us any of that, but he was just talking about stuff and hinting at things, but nothing confirmed. So.
Andre, I just realized you changed your name, and I'm just like, just realized it.
He changed it when he came back from his break.
Yeah.
So this is where we get inside, and this is where we talk about you can have all the food you want. It's no big deal. We're all set. Everything's going to be great. Thor's all emo and sad, sitting in his throne on the corner like an emo child. It was great. I loved this. All the art direction, by the way, the Asgard art direction was my favorite part of all of this.
Yeah.
Because I loved the gothic look of everything we got in this portion of the episode. Aman Vellani trying to talk to Thor, and Valkyrie explaining that like there's nothing left. He's got no fight. He's got no honor. He's got no emotion left. He's just a husk of himself. He's not the person he was.
Just there.
He's just there. And I'm like, that's so good. Like, there's just something so cool about that after his defeat from Thanos in Wakanda that we just saw earlier, that we get this here, and it just makes so much sense. However, we find out that
No, Brett, no. I'm not copying the man. That's not going to happen.
I think you should do it.
I do too. I think it'd be the perfect Halloween costume.
For Halloween, sure. I'm down. I'm down for Halloween, but not as a regular thing. No.
I mean, you could. You know.
No,
Anyways,
be the guy.
We then find out that the Scarlet Witch has infiltrated Asgard, New Asgard, and we've got all of the people that are eating all the food. It's all zombie food. It's all zombie parts. And they're all making themselves zombie. Oh, chef kiss twist, by the way.
So for me, when I was watching that, you have Red Guardian, of course, sitting down, because I'm like, Red Guardian fits like with these guys, right? Like he sits down and it's the whole, I mean, basically the Viking dinner, like if you think about it, and you're like, yeah, he fits there. And when I started drinking the wine and everything, and I'm like, this is one thing that it was really interesting. And because it was rated mature, they were able to use red for the blood and not that purpley color that they use in a lot of the Marvel animated stuff. So when they started drinking the wine and it was that particular red, I was like, this isn't wine, is it? And then I was like, I felt validated. I was just like, okay, there's a lot going on there. They're eating and then you start seeing them all turn into zombies. I'm like, this is going to be a shit show. This is basically the Red Wedding on Marvel, right?
Yes. It was great. It was a great twist because like Peggy saw it coming with that. I got completely caught off guard with it, and I was like, oh, that's a great twist because again.
I was so surprised. I did not see that. I did not see it coming.
But I loved it because it made perfect sense with everything they were doing. It did they did a good job of every twist that we got in this show made perfect sense.
I didn't think it was going to be the zombies being the food, but I knew the wine was blood, but I didn't know
Yeah.
Like I didn't put all the pieces together, but I knew something was wrong. So it was just like, yeah.
Well, you caught on that something was wrong because I didn't even catch on to that. I thought we were in Happy Times. I'm like, ooh, happy time. Oh no,
revel. We're reveling.
Reveling, yes, revels. And that is such a great scene from Avengers 2. One of the few great scenes from Avengers 2. Them talking about revels with Thor. Anyways, this is where we get. We find out that Wanda isn't after the MacGuffin, the little piece of technology. She's after Kamala. For some reason, she wants Kamala. And I'm like, that's intriguing. I like this. Because again, you would figure I need to stop them from using the MacGuffin to defeat me. So I'm like, all right, she needs the MacGuffin. Nope, she doesn't care about the MacGuffin. I
keep hearing McMuffin, and now I want a McMuffin, just so you know.
Tomorrow morning you can go to or if you have muffins at home, you can do it yourself. Because the McMuffin is the easiest thing on the McDonald's menu to make because it is legitimately just the same thing you'd buy in the store. Mm-hmm. Anyways, the device of technology, so I don't say that word again to make me more hungry at 10 p.m. Canadian.
Yes, exactly.
Although Peggy will be the first of us to be able to have breakfast, so
you'll get pictures tomorrow in the group chat. It'll just be me.
I will. I'll get pictures of breakfast. She'll be like, I had to go to McDonald's, you asshole. Yeah, so we get Wanda here, we get the big fight here. This is all great. This is wonderful. I adore this. This was delightful. And then we keep the crew keeps moving on. The crew tries to go somewhere. They get to the ship to go to space. I believe that happens here, right, Andre?
Yes.
I'm now going to refer to Andre because I can't trust my own memory now.
Yeah. But did you?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
At this point, were you thinking what's going on with Red Guardian? Like he clearly ate and drank, right? So we all know what happened with Red Guardian, right?
I feel like everybody else was changing. I feel like just his super soldier serum was slowing, with the power it gives him. I think it was slowing down the transformation. So that's what I feel like it was.
I wasn't sure if he was. I remember seeing him drink. I didn't remember seeing him eat. And so I thought, maybe they'll let him on. No, they didn't.
Yeah. Well, they were going to let him on, and I was like, "What are you doing?"
Yes. No, we don't let him on. We don't let zombies on. Shang-Chi is the exception because the 10 rings are saving.
Yeah.
But this is where we lose Red Guardian. Yet another one bites the dust. And Queen played in the background. But no, again, this is another really emotional Red Guardian scene where he's saying goodbye to Kamala and he's telling Kamala to live on the legacy of his family with Melina, with Yelena, with himself, to do all the right and to save the world and to bring everybody back. And I'm just like, I want to cry. Like I turned into Peggy where I just wanted to cry for a moment.
See? I'm okay. I embrace my softness. It's fine.
Oh, I totally do too. Like I embrace that side.
Every time we lost somebody, I'm like, okay, that's it, right? No.
Yeah.
No, not even close. Every time I'm like, that's it, right? There's not many more left. Every time. No.
Not even close.
No, not even close.
No.
So they get into space. And I believe this is what happens next. They get the ship into space, right?
Yep.
Yes.
And we find out what we had known earlier that this was to summon the Nova Corps.
Yeah. So they put the transmitter in the thing to make it broadcast to the universe.
Yeah. Go ahead.
But then, not even a couple minutes later, all the lights turn on, and you see specifically that it's the net version thing that they do in Guardians of the Galaxy, where all the Nova Corps ships like linked up to make that like giant net kind of thing that was to stop the ship. Yeah. And I'm like, oh no! And then they come over. I'm like, they're gonna kill him. That's all I can think is they're gonna kill him.
Well, when they call them and they're immediately there, you're like, that's not good.
Yeah, that was definitely not good.
Well, when I saw all the ships linked up, I'm like, oh, that's not good. They're containing the Earth. Like as soon as I saw it, I knew exactly what it was. When they were linked up, I'm like, they're containing the Earth. This isn't good.
Yeah. Also, something I wanted to point out, and again, this was an Eric Voss thing that I found that I saw that I really, really enjoyed. I have to mention it. Is that it's interesting to know that the Nova Corps still exists in this universe, which means where did Thanos get the Power Stone from? Because this version of Thanos didn't destroy the Nova Corps and didn't destroy the planet. So he got the Power Stone another way. So in this universe,
in this version that Thanos, that the Guardians never fought what's his face, Hammer, and he just took it directly from Hammer, or he just maybe
he takes it.
He showed up during that battle and took it from Ronan, out of Ronan's hammer, maybe.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was just saying, this could just be Ronan being the actual child of Thanos and just delivering it to Thanos as opposed to keeping.
Yeah, it might have been that too. Yeah. Yeah, maybe.
But I thought that was an interesting thing. Is this Thanos didn't destroy the planet because the Nova Corps still exists. So I thought it was an interesting thing to see here. So the Nova Corps are bad guys. So now we're like, oh, what do? We're out of options now. We can't get the help from the Nova Corps. They're trying to kill us. So we have this ragtag group of heroes taking on the entirety of the Scarlet Witch's thing. And this is where we get the Kamar-Taj scene. And we find out what happened after Thanos got knocked into the center of the earth with Black Panther, is that all of the infinity energy from the 6 Infinity Stones comes out of it, and somebody had to contain it, and we get Infinite Hulk.
Oh, Infinity Hulk. I was so happy. That was so cool, dude. Just the way he's going and the powers coming off of him, like, that is dope as shit.
Yeah, I was going to say, Infinity Hulk is indeed one of the coolest looking things I have ever seen.
Between that and the whole scene with Thanos and Black Panther, that was a lot as well. It was like there was a lot going on.
There was.
Yeah. I'm not like, I understand the reason for Black Panther not speaking in this, but I also don't love that Spider-Man said Black Panther's last words. But yeah.
I mean, yeah. But, I mean, look at
him.
Look at this. Look at this. Andre, look at the screen.
I am looking at both. Look at both. Look at both. Yeah.
I mean, I have videos, Andre. I could just, it's a moving picture. Andre, we have these things called moving pictures or motion pictures.
Are they talkies?
Yeah, they are like talkies. I turned the talkie portion off so that Disney doesn't come.
Look, my picture moves. My picture moves. My picture's moving.
No, the picture is still your moving. There's a difference. Anyways, I love this. I love the fact that we get this battle now in front of the Infinity Hulk, and we see him battling off wave after wave after wave of the Scarlet Witch zombies.
And then taking out the giants with just shooting the beams of the giant, the giant fight people. So good. I
agree. This was the epitome of like Sky Beam Marvel battles done right.
Mm-hmm.
Like it was just so cool.
And then when just as Scarlet Witch is about to touch up, boom, the Avengers show up. Fuck yeah. Let's go.
Well, our ragtag group of heroes show up. I don't necessarily
she was made an Avenger. Remember? She was made an Avenger. Shang-Chi said it. She was made an Avenger.
When was Shang-Chi made an Avenger? That's the bigger question.
No. But then she made everybody else Avengers because if she's the Avenger left, she creates her Avengers her team. And Shang-Chi's now an Avenger. And they're all Avengers.
I actually like when Scott's like, I'm an Avenger. Adjacent.
Yes.
Or in my mind or in my heart or something.
So Scott made them all Avengers. There you go. Scott made them all
he's not
Spider-Man's an Avenger. He made them all Avengers. They're all.
That's like Andre telling me that I'm part of RCW's roster. You don't have that authority.
Congratulations.
You
Did you get a
Oh,
graphic?
oh no! I have power. I have power in RCW now. I've got. Everybody keeps telling me to make matches, so I keep making matches. So I have power there somehow.
Yes, but you can't book random Joe Blow from Boston, Massachusetts on RCW Real Canadian Wrestling shows.
I mean,
if you fly out here, I probably could. If you fly out here, I probably could.
Me versus Andre for the rights to the Marvel Talk.
No, I'm not a wrestler. No.
Excuse me?
Wrestle. I'm a ring announcer. I'm not a wrestler.
Peggy,
hardcore.
She has the rights to Marvel Talk. You have to fight her for the rights to Marvel Talk, not me.
I'm not fighting Peggy. I'm not stupid. I lose that fight.
Yeah, I know. That's why I never fought.
I can beat Andre. I can't beat Peggy.
What even is
I feel
this
confident.
show?
I feel confident in this.
Someday, you and me are going at it, boy. Someday.
All right. Anyway, so we'll get to the plugs in a minute, but Peggy's channels are very. But you can find Peggy on the Hive on their Substack. You can find her working with this guy, Stuart Yao, on his Twitch channel for a variety of different pieces of content. Peggy will most likely put it in the chat. But again, you can always go to Peggy's Twitch, to her X platform. Yeah, there we go. Ophelia Payne.
That's me on both socials. Yeah.
Yeah. You can find her here, and you can find all of the wonderful things that Peggy does and all the great stuff that she does, regardless what some of her co-hosts think about it. We'll just throw that in there because we will. Anyways, back to things that don't make Peggy uncomfortable. Marvel Zombies. This was so cool because we had Scarlet Witch. The one thing that we always kind of wanted from the Marvel movies is a hero and a villain trying to talk each other down. We always get it, and then it turns into a fight. And I love that we got the talky thing as like the epitome of the fight in this. For once, we finally got the talking to be the epitome of what was going on.
Yeah.
Do you think that Kamala made the right choice? We're not going to say what the choice is. We're just going to ask the question vaguely. Do you think Kamala made the right choice?
Yes.
I don't think she had another choice.
Yeah.
So yes.
It is what it was.
I think she made the wrong choice. I think she should have, with everything else we've seen from the show, I think she should have gone down with the ship like everybody else. I think she should have tried to fight it out.
See, and I see her as being someone who is very like optimistic and thinks she can still save everybody by doing what she did. So I think she had no other choice but to try.
No,
and the whole like keeping everybody alive, you know what I mean, in their memories by trying to do the right thing to bring them back. Like, I mean, we have the Scarlet Witch talking about how she healed herself. So why would you not think that she would also be able to heal other people?
But like I said, I'm not saying that there's a right answer. I believe that both answers are correct. Like in my mind and in my heart, I think she might have made a slightly wrong decision, but I totally see your point of view of the optimistic side. And especially, and again, the twist works in character, which is what we've been talking about, is that in character for Kamala Khan, this makes perfect sense. The choice to side with the Scarlet Witch and what that entails makes perfect sense for who Kamala Khan is as an actress, both in everything we've seen in Ms. Marvel, in everything we've seen in the Marvels, and in everything we've seen here. All of that made perfect sense. But I love how the ending of this show is another callback to one of Marvel's biggest failures, which is the end of Quantumania. Yeah. Because what they did in Quantumania is essentially what they were trying to do with the end of Quantumania is essentially what they do here in this What If episode. Well, I call it What If episode.
Yeah.
In Marvel Zombies.
It is basically a What If episode. I mean, it's a spin-off.
Where she has her friends back, but they're not really back.
Yeah.
They're dead. They're zombies, and she's hanging out with the zombies. And we get this one last image of Dominique Thorne, before she dies, telling Kamala that something's wrong. And I just love it because it leaves you on that cliffhanger. And if they don't touch it again, the ending is beautiful.
Yeah.
The ending is great because it lets you, and again, I'm going to reference something else here, but it's Inception levels of greatness for the ending because it lets you make your own decision as to what's really going on.
Yeah, because again, you could believe that maybe she's just having flashes of her old life, but maybe it's reality breaking because that's I think what it is reality breaking. But you can believe that she's having flashes back to her own life of seeing that person in the zombie world, but it just triggers for her. But it might be reality breaking. There's so many different ways you can look at it. So.
Miss Peggy?
It was a lot. I mean, yeah. I mean, when they throw back and you see her, and I'm like, I had a moment where I was like, "Is this all a dream?" And I'm like, "Please don't do this to me because I just can't deal with those kind of nonsense endings." And then I was like, "Are we getting a flashback?" And then I started to lose whether we were back in time or whether we were. And then I was like, "Oh, it's Wanda." And then I was like, all right, this all makes sense.
Yeah. And I love that for the ending where it's this open-ended ending where she made the choice she made to do the things she did and she got exactly what she wanted. But at the same time, did she get what she wanted? And like I said, it's why I bring up Inception because I think it really dovetails with that Christopher Nolan ending of do you think he made it back or do you think he's still in his own
with the top,
subconscious with the top because the top never stops, but it also starts to wiggle and shake like it's going to fall down. And Andre's like, I don't think Andre's seen Inception because he's just looking like, oh, I don't know what's going on.
Oh, I've seen Inception.
Okay.
It's just one of those movies where I'm like, I never need to watch this again after I watched it once. Same thing with Tenet. No, a brilliant movie. I just can't deal with that mindfuck. Again.
Okay, that's fair. Okay. That's fair.
Same thing with
Tenet. I saw Tenet in theaters, bought it on digital, went to watch it, and went, I don't think I can deal with this mindfuck again, and haven't watched it since I saw it in theaters. It's the same. Both those movies are mindfucks that I just are very hard to, are just like, holy fuck.
I love Inception. I watch it at least once every other month. I love that movie to death. I think it's one of his better movies. But again, like I said, that's the immediate place I went with this ending. Is I went to the Inception style of it kind of leaves you on your own if they don't pick this back up. If this thread never gets picked up, it has an ending, but it doesn't have a satisfying ending because there's still a little bit left to be desired. And at the end of the day, that's kind of perfect.
I think that there's something to be said about interpretation, but also I think you could sit there and be like, okay, like I'm happy with my interpretation of it without, I don't need someone to explain that my interpretation was wrong. Like, you know what I mean? Yeah.
So we have Rotten Tomatoes. We're not going to put, like I said, I threw it up. I know Andrew said he didn't see it. I'm just.
I didn't see it either. I was looking at something else. So
okay, great. So we'll go ahead and play the game then. Okay. Rotten Tomatoes has 30 critic reviews of this show.
As a whole?
As a whole.
Okay.
I believe. Let me just double check, make sure I'm on the series page. Hold on.
I always like this game, but also hate this game.
It doesn't. Okay. It's not. It's not
always beats me. That's why.
It's not giving me numbers for how many reviews there are, but I know when I was in season 1, it did say 30 critic reviews, and the number's the same. So
it's a good shout, Stuart. So for critics, I haven't seen a lot of good stuff. 65.
I'm gonna go like 76 for critics.
63.
Ooh. So we both went over.
Yeah.
Yes. The critics didn't love, but 63 is better than most things. Fans, the popcorn meter.
So my rule is always 10% over the critics. So let's go with 75 then.
I'm gonna go 81.
500 plus popcorn meter reviews have this at 74.
Oh,
so if you take the 63 and you add the 10, you do get to the 70, essentially the 74. Yeah, the numbers are a little low on this, both in terms of people, but a lot of the reviews, like I'm going through and looking at the critic reviews, and I'm like, despite the vivid animation and high octane action sequence, Marvel Zombies isn't the most accessible title.
Okay.
Looper, one of the guys from Looper puts Marvel Zombies is fun, but in a passing, forgettable sort of way. And he gave it a 6 out of 10.
I agree with that. I think I don't know if I'm in any hurry to go back and watch it again.
Let's see what else we got. Polygon. I'm looking for places that like I recognize the people, like the places that they work. Polygon. Thankfully, the spin-off mini-series Marvel Zombies actually lives up to the promise of What If, though in its graphic reimagining of some of Marvel's Cinematic Universe's biggest moments. That is a jumbled word soup of words that doesn't tell me anything about the show I just watched.
Should they like it or did they not like it?
Yeah, that is the epitome. I'm actually going into the review itself. Yeah, it's an entirely like long review.
Yeah.
I'm sorry that happened to you, or congratulations.
I'm happy for you, or sorry that happened. Yeah.
Yeah.
I ain't reading all that. That's another one.
Yeah. This is Games Radar Plus. While Marvel Zombies is coming at a weird time for the MCU, it's pleasant enough diversion for horror fans with some fun character surprises, bloody kills, and great action scenes. 3 out of 5. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Even this person who gave it a C. Even with the zombie apocalypse there to spice up their lives, Marvel's newest heroes are less lively than the arm munchers surrounding them. Like, I disagree with that review, but I can see why they say it. And again, that review is a C-. Like, that's still a relatively good grade.
I also think they did a really good job with the way it ended. Like, it wasn't a big happy ending. Do you know what I mean? Like, it didn't. Yeah. I mean, zombie movies generally aren't happy endings. Like, let's face it. So, I mean, I think that it made sense the way it ended. You know what I mean? We didn't get a big, like, hey, everybody's alive. It was, we all saved the day.
Miss Peggy, we're going to go ahead and let you talk about all the fun things you have coming up, all the places where we can find you.
Yeah, definitely. So it's _Ophelia_Pain on most social media. I know Brett was asking about my channel. If it's my Twitch channel, it's Ophelia_Pain, I think, but I haven't been on live on there in like a million years. So find me on socials, see what I'm up to. Most of my stuff is over on the Hive_Media. That's their socials. I'm over on their Substack writing reviews. I do have something coming this week, but I cannot say what it is yet because it is a surprise drop on Friday. It's something I'm very, very excited about. So that's kind of cool.
This is news because as of Saturday, she didn't have anything going up this week on the Substack.
No, I don't technically still, if you look at everything, it's nothing advertised. As for this Saturday, you can find me over with my fellow there, Stuart. Yeah. Over on his Twitch channel, we are doing the third part of It Takes Two. I think we probably will have another one after that. But his Twitch channel is there. That is his name over there as well. So you can find me there. That will be at 5 Eastern, I do believe. So, and then other than that, I'm not sure what else I'm up to right away. Oh, this Wednesday over on the Hive, the Dynamite Watch Along, which is super fun with Jamie, who does a lot of work with you guys as well. We're building something really, really cool over there. So I'd love to see more people come and hang out.
Go talk about things that aren't wrestling with 2 people who are there to talk about a wrestling show. It's
so much fun. Yeah,
it is, and the clips are great. And
I just saw Jamie posted one, and I haven't seen it. I don't know how he edited me this week because last week I looked like a cougar stalking Kyle Fletcher. So.
I mean, is that not the truth?
That's the truth, though.
I actually said that to Stuart. I said, "Am I a cougar?" And he was like, "I was just like, wow, okay."
I guess that would depend on the. All right, that would. I'm going to say this, and I hope this is taken in the loving way that it's intended.
Yeah.
It depends on the number you put to classify a cougar.
That's true.
Because everybody has a number that classification starts with.
Thanks for hanging out, Brett.
Yeah, I appreciate everybody who's hanging out here. Go and Jenner, have a good time. Andre, tell the good people where we can find you.
You can find me right here on our local establishment where I'm doing POB every Sunday. We'll be back in a couple weeks for a special DC talk. Myself and Peggy will be talking Peacemaker season 2. We're going to do halfway. We're going to do a halfway through the season 1, but then we went, yeah, let's just do it all at the end. It's just a lot easier that way. And we were both really busy that weekend. And then, so you can find me there. You can find me on X Busca at That Canada Guy. I'm going to erase TikTok out of there, but Instagram and Threads at That Canada Dude. And you can also find me over at Backbreaker Video, where I do my show, The Pop Spot, where we talk about all the local independent wrestling that we go to. And actually, we had a special edition of a Pop Spot coming out this tomorrow, Tuesday. We'll be talking about TNA wrestling because we went to TNA. Me and Adam went to TNA wrestling over the weekend, both days. We're going to talk about it. We did an episode talking about it, and then on Thursday we're going to have an episode of talent from last night.
And Mel, we took Mel too.
Oh, Mel was there, but I'm just saying me and Adam went, and he's my co-host. So what I was referring.
No,
I didn't sit with that. Adam was sitting with Malcolm in a different area. Me, Mike, Mel, and our buddy Nate were all sitting together in the front row where you can see me.
Yes,
I know.
See me on TV.
Peggy pointed you out to me because I was having issues with trying to get the show to stay live.
Yeah, Stuart and I did a watch along because Stuart wouldn't let me watch it by myself because I missed you guys. So Stuart insisted on doing a watch along and invited me, and I was like going, "What's that?"
Such a good guy.
Yeah, he is. And I was just like kept pointing you guys out. I'm like, there they are again. It was a mess.
Adam got on to the pay-per-view a few times too, from where he was in the crowd too. So, yeah.
You can see him with his fedora. So yeah.
You can find me at all the usual places. Tomorrow night you can find me and Ashley as we talk all things Creative Pro Wrestling. As we have a wrestling wedding to talk about. I'm very excited for this from Creative Pro Wrestling. Till Death Do Us Part. It happened about a month ago now. We're very excited to talk about this. It is involving Sebia Moore and Nat Castle. So that's going to be a whole lot of fun. And again, this is a Creative Pro Wrestling Academy, so it has a lot of AEW and TNA connections. As we have, this is the promotion that birthed Maxwell Jacob Friedman. And one of the trainers there is indeed Brian Myers. So Creative Pro Wrestling has a connection to both of the things that you guys are talking about. So that'll be a whole bunch of fun. I'm also going to drop right here and now without Ashley's permission because I don't need her permission. We are also next week going to be talking about Wrestle Pro's Killer Smoke Show, which is main evented by the independent wrestling re-debut of Karrion Kross. Killer Kross is back on the independent scene, taking on Richard Holiday.
Wow.
Yeah. So I'm very excited about that. It also includes, because she has to be on almost every episode of the new Taking Over, Becca will be back as she's taking on Megan Bayne again. So that'll be another fun one that we get to talk about. So there's a whole bunch of really fun matches on Killer Smoke Show. So I'm very excited to get that one out there in the world. But we got to do Creative Pro first. We were unfortunately unable to do it last Tuesday. So we're here to do it this week. And then we got something fun, hopefully cooking in the can for the 21st, as Ashley will be unavailable as she will be on assignment. So I'm getting myself a co-host. So I've started putting out feelers to potential co-hosts. No, not me.
Me? It's not me?
No.
Okay, good. I was worried.
No, I've already reached out to somebody. I have a couple backups in line too. Trust me, if on the week of the show I still haven't found a co-host, I'll reach out to Peggy. Don't worry.
Yay, it's not me.
Wait, what's happening?
Peggy wants to talk independent wrestling. That'll be
sure.
fun.
Why not? Yeah, why not?
We'll see.
Tell her the night before she has to watch it.
Yes.
Rate that day.
No, because I have to give her my credentials for this one. Oh no, yeah, for the one that I'm planning on for the 21st, I would need to give her my credentials for Independent Wrestling TV because we are heading back to a promotion for the first time for that show. I've now decided it in my head. In the moment, I've decided what show we're going to do now. Because Ashton's gone that day, so I don't have to have Ashton's approval. So we're going to go back to we're going to go back to Dreamwave, because this is their show that's going to have the Boogeyman on it. This is their show that's going to have a Buried Alive match on it. All kinds of fun stuff on that show. So I'm very excited to go back to Dreamwave. Hopefully we can see if we can get Val Capone to join us for this one, as she was unable to make it for the last time. We were hoping to get her for, I believe it was the Uprising review that we were trying to get Val for. So hopefully we can do that. But you can catch all of that every Tuesday night as we go ahead and travel the independent wrestling scene. And of course, I'm going to let you guys go with the video. We do have a video this week, right? Yes, we do have a video. I was like, sometimes Bobby doesn't make the videos. So I was like, we have a video for this week. We're going to let you go with the video. Thank you all for joining us. We'll see you next time. Goodbye. Why don't you try to be wise? Know that I need you anyway.